Hey, welcome to the podcast. Today on Off the Record, I'm talking with a legendary guitarist and classically trained composer, Uli Jon Roth, one of the original architects of the Scorpions' early sounds. I'm so excited when we get into the beginnings of the band, his philosophy on musical enlightenment, yes, and his new book, In Search of the Alpha Law. Great news for fans like me. Uli is planning a full American tour in 2026. You can keep up with the details at ulijonroth.com. And if you're in Long Beach, California this spring, check out his Sky Academy, a rare chance to learn directly from him. So let's jump into the interview on this episode of Off the Record with Uli Jon Roth. Hello.
Sharon?
There you are.
Yeah, here I am.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Uli.
You're very welcome.
You know what? I got to just start out by saying I've been a fan since Taken by Force.
Oh, really? Okay.
I will never forget the first time I heard the Scorpions. It was Taken by Force. It was a friend of mine. Actually, I was only 14. We used to hang out with older people back then. You know, it was the 70s.
Yeah.
But anyway, this friend of mine had come back from Germany. He did a tour of duty there, and he came back and he brought back Taken by Force. And I will never forget, for some reason, he threw it down on side 2 on the LP, on the record player. Cells of Karen just blew me away. And ever since, I tell you what, it was like when I heard it, I still feel chills because it was like familiar yet foreign, and it's something that I had never heard before. And I've always loved that sound. So thank you for that memory.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
It was awesome. Yeah. So still in my personal playlist today. What do you remember about creating that song? Did it just come to you, or, what
Yeah, it just came. It started out with an idea where I wanted to write a cadenza for guitar. I had the original idea from Tchaikovsky's Violin Concerto, which starts with a slide on one note, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I did that, and instead of doing a 6, which he did, I did an octave, and then suddenly this theme appeared. Don't ask me how it appeared, because that's all I remember. And then the song just took shape. I think it happened very quickly. It was a strange mixture of flamenco and rock. It wasn't really flamenco because I don't think the riff as such exists, but it sounds like flamenco. It has that feeling,
Yes.
And I guess that was that, and then the lyrics came very quickly. It was the year of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen Star Wars yet. But the lyrics were very similar to what was going on with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. So almost like a premonition.
Yeah.
The eternal struggle between good and evil, somebody turning to the dark side when they shouldn't, and the consequences and all that. So that was basically the gist of it. In later years, we never performed that song with the Scorpions back then. When I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little too difficult to play.
Oh.
But I performed it later with my own band, and then I went through quite a few configurations where I expanded the ideas. And in 2019, I had a couple of orchestra shows at the Acropolis Amphitheater in Athens. And I wrote a long or elongated orchestra version for Sands of Sharon, And in recent years, I extended that, and we're now playing this orchestra version. We've recorded strings and percussion, etc. And it still has all the original ingredients, like the riff, the lyrics, and all that, but it takes it to another dimension in the second half. And we're going to perform that on our tour.
Well, I was looking for that. Do you have is it on an album yet, or
no, we have not. It's not yet been published.
Okay.
We just performed it in Japan
Uh-huh.
as part of our Pictures of Destiny tour with an orchestra,
Uh-huh.
and it was a big success, to say the least. It really worked with the audience and the musicians. We all enjoyed playing it.
Yeah, I want to hear it. I haven't heard any. Well, I did hear another version. You revisited it on another one
Yeah,
of your albums.
we
Yes.
started we did extended versions where we did an improvised middle section, you know. Yes.
Yes.
But this new one is more structured, and it's a journey in itself. I guess you have to hear it. It's a little difficult to explain.
Explain,
You
yeah.
know.
I can't wait. Will you be putting that on tape sometime?
Well, we already have
Oh, okay,
recorded
good.
most of it, but
You got to
we're not
release it.
releasing anything at the moment until it's
Hmm.
really finished, you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, we'll have to get out there and see you perform it in your tour.
Exactly.
Aha. Yeah. So in the early Scorpion days, how fluent was your English back then? Was that a challenge for you guys to break out in America? I mean, it wasn't your first.
My English was always pretty fluent since I was
Oh.
10 or 11 because my dad started teaching me when I was 5.
Uh-huh.
And when I was 12, I was already doing translations
Oh,
um,
well then, yeah.
um, from English into German.
Hmm.
Um, I had a large vocabulary early on. I just gelled with I gel with foreign languages. It's a bit of a hobby of mine.
Wow.
And so yeah, that you know, my English got better, of course, once I started moving to England. I've lived there since 1980.
Hmm.
Um, but in the Scorpions, it was certainly good enough to get by.
Right.
The others were struggling a little bit, you know.
Hmm.
To them, they hadn't learned English in school, and um, there was a learning curve.
Yeah. My mother came to the States. You know how she learned English? Watching
No,
Westerns
yeah, yeah.
back then.
I mean, I'm learning Japanese at the moment,
Oh my
and I'm
gosh.
watching Japanese sitcoms, you know, and
Wow.
it helps a lot.
Uh-huh.
You
Huh.
know?
So your Pictures of Destiny tour, three, you do a 3-hour show? What do are
Yeah,
you
you
training for
know,
this or what?
no, I've done 3 hours for a long time.
Oh,
I guess don't ask me why. You
you're
know,
giving
I
us,
always have a feeling I want to give people the full treatment, and it's not 3 hours nonstop. There is an intermission. But
okay.
here's the deal. We're actually playing, and on that night we're playing two separate shows, two
Mm-hmm.
separate sets, which are
Yes.
very different from
Mm-hmm.
one another. The first half, Pictures of Destiny, is a combination of my new music, which is very orchestral, quite symphonic,
Mm-hmm.
very melodic, but it's a journey in itself. And since I do a lot of oil paintings, the oil paintings are there to complement the music.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a 360 kind of degree artistic vibe as a
Visuals. Mm-hmm.
and for a lot of the songs, the oil paintings are on the screen. They move, and for about 50% of the music, I also have moving movies which I created
Wow.
to, you know, just give a bit of an IMAX feel to the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
So we're talking about an intense musical journey for the first half, which includes also some classical pieces, a couple of Mozart pieces, Vivaldi's Four Seasons on the guitar.
Uh-huh.
But after the intermission, we're basically going way back into my own past, and we're celebrating 50 years of Entrance, which happens to be 1975 was the year, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's 2025. So it's been 50 years,
Wow.
and we're playing the best of these tracks. And we also play some Virgin Killer, a couple of and Flight to Rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
and also Taken by Force, several pieces, Wilbur in the Sky, Cesar Sharon, and
Oh,
yeah, we
love
do
it.
this, you know. So
You
basically, it's one ticket. You pay for one ticket, but you're
yeah.
getting two shows in one evening.
You're giving us our money's worth, that's for sure.
Well, I hope so.
Can we, is your artwork available
Yeah,
for
we're
purchase?
gonna sell it on yeah, not in the originals because I really don't want to part with them, so I made them so
Right.
expensive that nobody will buy them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but you don't sell your children either, do you?
Yes, no, no.
So I don't like the idea so much. But
You can't get the print.
we're offering fine art prints,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm,
are pretty convincing because the pictures have been scanned with a huge scanner.
mm-hmm.
So you can see all the brush strokes and stuff. Um, it's not quite as good as the original, but it comes pretty damn close
It's
when
good
you
enough, yeah.
print
Mm-hmm.
it on canvas. And the printing techniques nowadays are astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
And the color quality is very similar to my originals. So yeah,
That's
we will offer them in various sizes. My originals are quite large.
uh-huh.
I will probably also have some prints in the foyer or on stage just to round off the picture.
Yeah.
But yes, they are available.
You've done self-portraits too, haven't you? Was that more than what I
Actually,
saw?
not.
Okay.
People think they're self-portraits. What they really are, I've done a picture of Gandalf in the Forest of Wisdom, and
Uh-huh.
people say, "Hey, that looks like you," because now I'm sporting a beard since I've just turned 70.
Uh-huh.
And so, for some reason, I tend to look like these old archetypes. So, I have three of these, and none of them is me, but people say, "Oh, hey, these are
Uh,
self-portraits." But I actually painted them before I even had a beard.
mhm.
So maybe I'm a prophet too.
So your tour described, you just said it yourself, it's going to be an artistic odyssey. That's great that you've chosen seated venues too with intermission because, we're all getting a little older and we,
Yeah, tell me about it. I think some of the venues may still have some standing, but for that
um,
music, yeah,
mhm,
and that experience, it's best if you see it,
right.
um, because it's a long stretch, and
Hmm.
I want you to really sink into the music and not have to think about not falling down, you
Yeah.
know,
I'm
like some
in. I'm
people
in.
are standing on one leg.
Well, you're coming to Pittsburgh. Now you've sold me because I know I'm going to get my money's worth for sure with your show. I was reading in your bio about Sky Academy in Long Beach. What
Yeah.
is that about? Are you're a
Yeah,
teacher
yeah,
now?
yes. No, not just now. I've started Sky Academy in 2006, 20 years
Oh,
ago, in
oh.
Los Angeles at the UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 5-day seminar,
Mm-hmm.
and it went very well. And since then, we've done probably 100 of these all over the world. However, in recent years, I haven't done any because I wanted a gap, and I also wanted a book
Mm-hmm.
um, because the students were always asking to have something written, and I didn't have it.
Oh.
So when COVID came, I actually wrote a big tome, a 600-page book with 1,000 pictures, and it's about my philosophy of life and the things that I found helpful for my life
Uh-huh.
and to share with my students. But I wrote it in such a way that it is also hopefully interesting to other people who are not musicians. It's called In Search of the Alpha Law.
Uh-huh.
And the first edition was quickly sold out before last Christmas. We're going to do a new edition, which should be ready for Christmas. We're going to we're going to do pre-sales on the tour.
Oh, okay.
We did that also last year. We did pre-sales, and then people ordered it, and then when it was printed, we sent it out to them.
What can we expect if we were to be a part of the program? It's
Yeah, the Sky Academy basically, as I said, I didn't do
music.
it for quite a few years, but
Mhm.
started again last year in Long Beach, California, a 3-day seminar.
Okay.
And it's a little difficult to describe, but it's not just one thing, it is many things.
Uh-huh.
But the root note of it all is to help you get to your own next level of awareness and to become close, to bring out the artist in you, your creativity.
Mm.
And as I mean, there are a lot of musicians there, but there are also non-musicians.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, the general thrust of it is really not so much looking at technique, how fast can you play an arpeggio or so, but it is looking at ourselves in the mirror, like looking at our own minds and our spirit and how it all works together, making sense of things, finding out who we are and who we want to be or want to become and how to get there.
Huh.
It's almost like a self-awareness kind of thing
Yeah.
with with music at the center. So
Mm-hmm.
the music is kind of like the key to it all,
Mm-hmm.
that I'm using as a bridge because music connects us all and music is inside of all of us, even though we may not be musicians,
Right.
but I always say that we are made like music. We are either full of harmony or full of disharmony. We have
Mm.
rhythms, we have ups and downs, plus, minus. All the rules of music apply also to our lives.
Wow. Have you
And
always been so philosophical? Have you-
well, yeah, I was born that way,
Yeah.
I guess.
It just seems like you've had an awakening or something. I want that.
I did have an awakening. I had many awakenings, and they
Yeah.
go back way in time,
Mm-hmm.
even before the scorpions and during the scorpions and after the scorpions.
Hmm.
And I still have these moments where suddenly a light bulb
Goes
turns
off.
on and you suddenly say, that's what that is all about. It
That's
is
why that
so nice.
happened. Uh-huh.
These light bulb moments are the nicest thing to happen. And that's it. We all have these light bulbs inside of us, and they
Uh-huh.
are just waiting to be ignited. And sometimes we need an outside push or
Right.
somebody else to come with that match and say, here's your light bulb, and bring it on. And
Right.
then it can shine within us.
Yeah. Flip that switch.
Exactly. Flip that switch, but find the switch. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know where the switch is,
Yeah.
which is right inside of them or inside of
Mhm.
their own mind or soul or whatever. It's
Hmm.
certainly not in your body.
Right.
It's all in a realm of the unseen.
Hmm.
All the important things you cannot see. Not that the body is not important, of course. That,
Right. 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 We
I don't
need
want
it.
to be that facetious, but the things that really motivate us and the things that really matter, like love and inspiration and our emotions, all these are things you cannot really measure or see physically, although they are fully real. They're
Uh,
just intangible.
uh-huh. This sounds like something you should do like in what do they call those? A TED Talk.
Yeah, I've never done a TED Talk. Yeah, maybe I will one
I think
day.
you should do a TED Talk for us who can't make it out to Long Beach. Oh man, yeah, because I'm still waiting for my flip, my switch to be flipped. Still searching.
Well, I tell you,
Hmm.
Sky Academy is the place.
We don't have much time, but you've
Well,
been.
we have some time because I'm here on the ship, on the boat,
Oh, that's right. You're on
cruising.
the cruise. How's
Yeah, and
that?
we've just left the harbor,
Uh-huh.
going towards Scandinavia now, and
Wow.
it's turned nighttime, and
Mm-hmm.
the waves are thrashing, and
Uh-huh.
there's bands playing up on the pool deck,
Uh-huh.
and I'm here talking to you.
Yeah, I think it's funny you said your artwork are your children. Do you feel that same way about your music, the songs
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
written?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
what I was thinking.
As a creative person, when you come up with something that you think is meaningful and
Mm-hmm.
you have a really perception, it is like giving birth. Of course, it's
Hmm.
not on the same level as a mother giving birth to a child. That is a totally
Right.
different and much more special thing.
Right.
But it's the poor man's mother.
Mm-hmm.
We artistic men,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best we can do. We
Yeah.
cannot create children, so we create these things. and women can do both, so they've got a big advantage here.
That's right.
But no, when, after you've written a piece of music or you've recorded something or you've created a book or a painting, yes, you want to see it thrive. You want to share it with others. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless to do it in the
Right.
first place.
Hmm.
It's a form of communicating. That's what's inside of you or what you have, like butterflies from space that you've caught. You want to
Hmm.
release them into somebody else's mind,
Right.
and
Right.
share that.
Spread the word.
That's what it's all about. And if there is a resonance in the other person, like you had with Sands of Sharon, it's so great. You
Hmm.
know, that's the best thing that can happen.
Yeah.
And then it means you've done something right,
Hmm.
and you protect your children,
Yeah.
and you
It,
look after them to
and it
some degree.
and it's kind of shocking to think my child is 50, you know.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah. Yeah, I have some children that are much older even.
So I was watching a video of you at the walk-in festival. You do not seem like you slowed down a bit. I mean, how do you
No, I
do
don't.
that? Do you train? How do you stay so limber?
No, I tell you, I should train, and
Mm-hmm.
I should really. I used to do a lot of kung fu when I was younger, and that was
Uh-huh.
really good for my fitness. I'm not fit enough, and I need to do something. But my mind is like a very strong motor.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel that I have so much to do, and I want to do it, and that gives me all the drive I need.
Yeah.
So it's all about drive.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you have that strong drive inside of you, you can move mountains.
Yeah.
And I still have that drive that I used to have, and so far it hasn't left me, and I hope it
Yeah.
never will until to my dying day.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's nice to be driven, to have an idea, and to strive for seeing it come to fruition. That's what it's all about, being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And being an artist is my life. That's my destiny. That's why I'm here, you
Yeah.
know, and you know.
So
uh,
if there's somebody out there that's new to your music, where would you recommend them
Oh,
to
I'm the
boost
worst person to
to your
answer that
vision?
question. No, I've got no idea because most of my stuff is so different. Every album
It
I've
is.
ever done is completely different from the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me why that is, but I guess that's the way my mind works because I'm on an eternal journey of discovery,
Mm-hmm.
and the music just reflects that. So I don't ever do the
Yeah.
same formula twice, which a lot of my colleagues do, because there's a lot of
Uh-huh.
musicians, once they find something that works, they'll do it over and over again their entire life,
Right. Pays the
and
bills.
sometimes very successfully so. So they
Mm-hmm.
become, a pizza specialist, and then they do pizza all their
All
lives,
their
you know.
lives. Yeah. Never
Yeah.
evolved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more into international cuisine where I'm not shying away from cooking some Asian music or
Yeah.
European or American, whatever.
Yeah. How was it
Um,
in Japan anyway? I imagine your show went over. Uh, they love to rock in Japan. I know. So even
well,
Mhm.
it was, I would say, extremely successful. Um,
Yes.
Also surprisingly successful because the first half of my journey, the Pictures of Destiny, is quite something to take in. It's like an intense movie.
Uh-huh.
And they just lapped it up.
Uh-huh.
I've never had such a strong response in Japan, and I've been there many times. So this was by far my best received outing there.
Hmm.
And I've had since then invitations to come back in April to perform my Hiroshima Symphony there with a big orchestra. And I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. What you
So we're bringing basically that same concept. We're bringing it to America now, and
uh-huh.
I hope it works just as well. And see no reason why not, because I know the American audience like the back of my hand, and I know they're gonna dig it.
Yeah.
If we're any good, I mean, not
Uh-huh.
every night you're not always at the top of your game every night, but most nights we should be able to deliver it.
Uh-huh.
And yeah,
So, you say you live in England, and I'm
yeah.
thinking, do you ever hang out with Rick Wakeman? I mean, he's kind of doing his own thing too.
I love Rick Wakeman.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've only had the pleasure once in Sardinia, of all places. We played at a festival together, and we played some. He played some Deep Purple stuff, which he had never
Oh.
done before. They asked him, "Can you do that?" And immediately he cottoned on, and
Mm-hmm.
we jammed. And yeah, I think there was some really good mutual feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
he is
doing some
so witty.
classical. Uh-huh. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he
Uh-huh.
is so witty. I mean, he held us spellbound in
Hmm.
backstage, like telling stories, which were so funny.
Yeah.
He's experienced a lot of funny things, and he
Right.
knows how to tell it in a
Deliver
funny
it.
way. Yeah, he's a great comedian, natural,
Yeah.
and playing is so phenomenal. Yeah, so I
Hmm.
love Rick Wakeman. But we do live quite far apart. I still hope one day that we could play together again. It would be lovely.
Do you have any collaborations or maybe projects that you'd like to explore with any other artists? Have you ever thought about that? Or
Not so much, more in the classical field.
mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
my I like to write the music myself.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of that, of writing the whole thing, beginning to the end. Even orchestra scores, I'm scoring my own orchestra simply because to me it's an integral part of the whole thing,
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
I love doing it. So I've never really done any meaningful collaborations. I,
Uh-huh.
I did one once with a fabulous violin player, Nigel Kennedy,
Mm.
who was a violin prodigy. But we never actually made it to the stage. We spent some time working on stuff, and it was really great.
Hmm.
It was a great time.
Do you,
But nothing is planned at the moment.
yeah. So, you're playing for what, over 5 decades now. Do you still get excited when you play your guitar, when you pick it up?
Yeah,
And if you do,
you know
what is
why?
it?
You know why?
Why?
Because I never play it. I
You,
don't play it at home at all. In COVID, I
oh,
didn't touch it for 2 years. I play piano every day,
uh-huh.
but the guitar, I keep it fresh. I
Oh,
only get it out of the case just before the show. And then when I play the show, it's always fresh and new.
wow.
And each time when I touch that thing, I have new ideas. It never stops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because I just don't practice. I practiced when I was a kid. I practiced a lot
Uh-huh.
until I had a certain amount of dexterity, and then there comes a stage where, you know, doesn't matter if I can play it just a little bit faster. So I don't think so. It's not of interest to me. The
Yeah.
most important thing is, what am I actually playing? What am I saying? And how am I saying it? And very often I aim for the really slow notes that are gut wrenching and that hit you straight in the center line.
Yeah.
That's to me the ultimate, to be as meaningful and as deep as possible when playing. And unfortunately, when I listen to a lot of players nowadays, like I'm on the boat here now, and
Oh, yeah.
they're playing metal all the day in the
Mhm.
background. There's so much mindless shredding, and I always
Yeah.
roll
It's
my eyes. And all these guys are playing. A lot of them are
mhm.
playing completely meaningless stuff up
Mhm.
and down the fretboard, thinking they're clever, just
Mhm.
playing one arpeggio or one scale after the next, and there's absolutely no meaning to it. So
Right.
it's a little painful to listen to it. But
Heavy metal fluff.
no, it's not just heavy metal. It's
I
a
mean,
it's a typical
fluff, yeah.
guitar player's disease.
Yeah.
And it's gotten worse because
Yeah.
when I was young, not many people had the technique. they were playing blues, and there were a lot of people who weren't technically proficient, but they were really musically good players
Mm-hmm.
and innovative, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a lot of people aiming for nothing but dexterity, and it is, to me, quite boring because
Yeah.
there is very often absolutely no essence or
Right.
depth in it. And I have a feeling that a lot of the audience feels the same.
Uh-huh.
So if we want a
Mhm.
resurgence of the guitar as an instrument that is of importance culturally, we need to go back to the root and really strive for things that only the guitar can do.
Mm-hmm.
Deep,
Yeah.
meaningful, melodic solos, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Yes.
not too many notes.
Yeah. You coming to Pittsburgh? Do you do meet and greets or are
Yeah,
you?
we do meet and
Oh, you
greets every
do?
day. Yeah, we do.
Oh.
We do also VIP things.
Uh-huh.
So it's all on the website, you know.
Okay. All
Um,
right. Well, I'll
yeah,
be there.
yeah, but
So,
you don't have to buy a meet and greet. You just come and you to say you're the mega rock
oh, really?
Sharon who
Oh my
loved
gosh.
Tales of Sharon, and we were had the interview on the boat, and then
Okay.
I'd love to say hi to you, come backstage, you
Yes.
know.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
This is like I
just
said,
go to my sound guy or my merchandise people and
will
tell them
do.
that story. They will let you in.
Oh, you'll remember. Okay, good.
They're always very friendly with
Oh,
the
okay.
audience, you know.
That's fantastic. Well,
Mhm.
my Zoom is telling me my meeting is going to end in 5 minutes. So
Okay,
thank you so much, Uli. And
you're very welcome.
thank you for the life changing moments all throughout my life. And I'm looking forward to another one in Pittsburgh.
Wow. Okay, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you. Have
Bye
a great
bye.
day. Bye bye.
Yeah, what's left of it.
Yes.
It's now nighttime.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
bye bye.
Bye bye, Uli. That was Uli Jon Roth, guitarist, composer, and one of the true visionaries in rock and roll. You can follow his upcoming 2026 American tour and everything he's working on at ulijonroth.com. That's Uli, Jon, Roth.com. And if you're heading to Long Beach this spring, check out his Sky Academy for an up-close look at his musical philosophies in action. You can also catch him in Pittsburgh at Jurgles in April. I'm going to be there for sure. Hey, thanks for listening to Off the Record. I'm Sharon Stewart.